Hello everyone and welcome to a new reading vlog. I'm not sure how long this vlog is going to be. I'm not sure if I want to do it as a weekend vlog because today is actually Saturday, or if I want to do it as a weekly vlog, but obviously starting now. I'm not too sure yet, we'll see what happens. But like I said, today is Saturday and I do actually have my BookTube birthday live show today with a bunch of lovely people. We have Rachel from Carys, India from What India Read, Carys from Carys's Corner, Joe from Joannotations, and Chloe from Chloe Reads Books. I'm so excited for this live show. It is just going to be a few live reading sprints and a bit of chatting in between. Nothing really that special, but I did want to do something to celebrate being on BookTube for a year. You can probably tell which book I'm going to be reading on the live reading sprints if you saw the clip in my montage. But last night I did start Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. I was actually planning on participating in Readathon today, however I've actually ended up being so busy. It's my niece's 4th birthday, so I have been to see her in her garden today, and obviously because of the pandemic I haven't been able to see her for months. So with the new rules coming into play, I was luckily able to go and see her, which was just the nicest thing. I obviously couldn't read during that time, and to be honest I don't really want to be forcing myself to read at the minute. I feel like a 24 readathon for me at this point is just not something I could do well. If anything, I feel like it would put me in more of a slump, so I decided to not do that. I'm just going to read at my own pace. But I did start this book at midnight because of readathon. I think I got about 20 pages in, to be fair, so not a lot at all. Yeah, I got 21 pages in and I'm on chapter 4, so I'm really hoping that I can make a dent in this on my live sprints today. In this book we do follow Amari, and it turns out that her brother has actually gone missing a few weeks ago, but no one seems to care that Quentin has gone missing, and no one seems to be doing anything to try and find him. So when Amari is invited to partake in some trials in the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, she jumps at the chance because she believes that this will lead her to find her brother. Saying that though, Amari is competing against kids who have known about the supernatural world their whole lives, and obviously she is very new to this. And on top of that, there is an evil magician at large that is currently threatening this world. Obviously Amari is put in a very difficult situation, but in order to find her brother she's determined to fight even harder than she's ever done before in order to pass these trials and become part of the supernatural world. This book has received so much hype that I decided it was finally time to pick it up. It definitely sounds like my type of thing, and from the 20 pages that I have read already, I can tell you guys that I am hooked. Nothing much has been revealed yet, but the things that have been mentioned are things that I really do enjoy. They really do fascinate me, and so I'm just really excited to see where this book goes and how those elements come into play. I can't tell you guys too much more about this book because obviously I'm only 20 pages in at the minute. Just know, like I said, that I'm loving it so far. I feel like this is going to be a book that I really do enjoy, and it does read very fast paced, so I'm hoping that I can read quite a good chunk of this book during my live. As well as Amari and the Night Brothers, I do have 2 books that I'm determined to read in this vlog. The first of those is The Hundred Murders by Seishi Yokomizo. This is a Japanese inspired murder mystery series, and I honestly cannot wait to dive into it. This is another one that I've heard nothing but good things about. It's really short and I feel like I can get it done in one day, which would be really handy because I am quite busy at the minute and this is on my monthly TBR, so if I can sit down and read it in one sitting, I feel like I will be doing a very good job. And then the other book that I'm planning on reading during this vlog is Bear Town by Frederick Bachman, another very hyped book that I'm finally getting around to reading. Not gonna lie to you guys, I don't think I'll be able to read the whole book in this vlog. I am currently buddy reading this with Rachel from Carys and Joe from Joannotations, and we have given ourselves I think 2 weeks to get through this book, so I can't really read ahead because that would be unfair, and I do want to discuss this book as we go on. I am actually 70 pages into this book, which is chapter 9, and I do have a few mixed opinions on it so far, which is a bit strange for me because again this is one I thought I was going to absolutely love from the offset. There are a lot of characters introduced in this novel that you do need to wrap your head around, and nothing much is really happening except there's a build up to this hockey tournament that everyone is excited about and that people won't stop talking about. I think that the aim for this week is to try and get halfway with this, which is I think around 220 pages if I remember correctly. I know Rachel has worked it out, but I'll have to look in the chat. Out of the 3 books that I am planning on reading, I feel like this is going to be the one that takes the back seat. Even though it's on my monthly TBR, it is going to be spread across 2 weeks like I said, and so I don't really need to rush it. I can just pick it up when I feel like it. But I am determined to read these 2, and I feel like I'm not going to end the vlog until I manage to do that. I am going to end this clip here because I do need to jump on my live. I will leave that link down below for you guys, so if you do want to put some live reading sprints on to help you get through your book, then that would definitely be a great thing to click on. But yeah, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, sit down and start the live, and then I will hopefully read a good chunk of Amari and the Night Brothers. Brothers. Hi guys, so I've definitely not updated you in a while, but as you know, I was hosting live sprints yesterday and I actually managed to get 216 pages into Amari and the Night Brothers. That means that I'm over halfway through this book, and oh my goodness you guys, I am loving this so much. Honestly, the first chapter had me hooked. It's such a fun and fast-paced book, and honestly that's why I've decided to sit down now and update you guys, because knowing me, I'd sit down and think I was going to read a couple of pages and then I'd end up finishing the book without even giving you guys any updates on my thoughts whilst reading it. I'm so intrigued where the story's going to go from here because a lot of things are starting to come into play. I know that there's a very big plot twist at the end, which I'm kind of terrified for. I feel like I'm quite good at spotting plot twists before they actually happen, but in this one I honestly have no idea in which direction we're going to go. I love the magical trials we have in this book. If you don't know, that is the theme that I absolutely adore. It's always so fun and I like to picture myself in the character's shoes and see what I would do in that situation. Of course, that's never going to happen to me, which is really sad, but I can live through these characters and I'm definitely living through Amari right now. I do also want to say, even though this book is such a fun ride, it definitely has a lot of different layers to it. Our main character Amari is black and she lives in an area that's considered to be quite poor, and so she is discriminated against a lot, especially at her school where there are white privileged kids and their families are very rich and influential. She does get bullied a lot, she does get pushed around, and even though she tries to stand up for herself, it always tends to backfire because of the privilege of these white people. This is an issue that is talked about a lot through this book and I really do appreciate that. Of course, as you can clearly see, I am white, but I am an ally and I really do try and educate myself on these topics, and so to see this representation in this book is absolutely brilliant. Books in the publishing industry tend to focus on white authors and the black and POC authors are kind of pushed to the side or they don't get as much attention, so I feel like this book is really important. It's highlighting the bad side of the community and it really does put you in the shoes of our main character and you see how badly she is treated by people just because of the colour of her skin. So this is definitely refreshing to see a black author talk about these types of issues. Again, because I'm white, I obviously haven't faced this sort of prejudice before, so I can't even begin to imagine how hard it is for black people and people of colour. People can be absolutely horrible and it really does break my heart. I genuinely hate any type of racism or discrimination. I really don't see the point in tearing other people down for something they can't control, and especially for the colour of their skin. Like, what does that even matter? What does it matter if your family is a bit poor and you're struggling but you're getting through it and you're showing up? What does that matter to other people? I genuinely don't get why so many people have a problem with other people's lives, and so again, I'm really enjoying the fact that B.B. Alston does not shy away from all of this. He does include it in this book. It is addressed, and again, you see how different types of characters handles this information and this conflict. Okay, I'm just checking and this book has 374 pages. Like I said, I'm 216 pages in, so I definitely think I'm going to smash this out tonight. I haven't stopped thinking about it since I put it down yesterday, and so I definitely feel like I'm just going to sit down and devour the rest of this book. In terms of these two, I haven't made any more progress, which is quite sad, but honestly, I have had the nicest weekend. It has been nice not to try and force myself to read or anything, so even though I haven't prioritised these, they will be getting read soon. For now though, my main focus is Amari and the Night Brothers. I am just going to make myself comfortable now and read this book, and I'm very excited to share my thoughts on this with you guys in the next clip. Hi guys, please excuse the state of me. I've just been for a dog walk and I came back home and I was absolutely freezing, so I've ended up putting my big fluffy onesie on. I don't know if the hood still fits over me when I'm sat down. No, it doesn't. And now the sun is right in my face, which is brilliant. Right, I've just closed the curtain, so if it's gotten a bit dark in here, that is why. But I am here to let you know that I have in fact finished Amari and the Night Brothers, and guys, this book is phenomenal. It is one of the best books I've read in a while. I was gripped from the get-go, and even to the last page, this had me absolutely hooked. There were so many fun elements in this book. Our main character Amari does get immersed in the supernatural world, and so we do see creatures that we are familiar with, such as the boogeyman, yetis, and magicians. That was really fun, and it was quite educational as well. I would do anything to be able to go to this training program. I would love to be a junior agent. It sounds like the best time, and that's how I know that this book is a really good one. It had me believing that this could be true. It had me wanting to be there, and I just absolutely loved it. Even though the main plot of this is that Amari is looking for a brother, the story as a whole is so much more than that. There is a massive emphasis on friendship and that you should always have each other's back, which is really nice and refreshing to see. It's about perseverance and self-confidence, and alongside that, it's about a young black girl who has to stand up to a society that has certain views and opinions of her because of who she is and how she looks, and so this book did an amazing job of showing you how fear is so easily related to hate. As I've said before, I can't speak on the representation in this book, but I will leave some videos linked down below for you guys, and those links will either take you to videos or Goodreads reviews from Own Voices creators and reviewers. The only issue I had with this book is the ending. There is a big plot twist in this, which I thought I had figured out, and turns out I was completely wrong. So definitely credit to the author for that, because I was convinced that I was right. But anyway, this plot twist happens, and because of that, certain events unfold, and that section of it was a little bit unbelievable for me, and I feel like we did brush over it a bit. I would have liked to have seen the fallout of that develop a little bit further, and I would have liked to seen that conflict be tackled and resolved a little bit more in depth. Saying that though, this is a middle grade book. It did exactly what it needed to do. I feel like this is one that every single person should read. I feel like you would get so much enjoyment out of it, and it is also just a powerful read in general. Like I've mentioned before, it deals with a lot of different topics, and it really is eye-opening, and it makes you realise how certain people are discriminated against and are treated unfairly because of things that are out of their control. If you couldn't tell, I did give this book 5 stars. It's definitely one of my new favourites, and I will be making sure to reread this one before the next book in the series comes out. I feel like I am going to sit down now and watch Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin's interview with B.B. Alston, who is the author of this book. I love the little series he's doing where he's sitting down and chatting to different authors, and I really do want to see B.B. Alston talk about this book and explain certain things about it, hopefully. I am going to stop talking about this one now because I feel like I've gone on about it for a very long time. Just know that it is absolutely amazing. I would highly recommend you guys pick it up, and this is going to be one that I end up recommending to everyone. I'm not sure which book I should pick up next. Obviously I do have Beartown and the Honjin Murders. I feel like I should probably read some of Beartown because I'm only about 70 pages in, and I'm very behind on my buddy read with Joe and Rachel, so I probably should prioritise this one. The only reason that I haven't, to be fair, is that it's been quite sunny over here, and because this is a book about a small town in a rural woodland village that deals with ice hockey, it just really was not getting me in the mood, and I really didn't want to pick it up. However, it is getting colder over here now. We have had some snow warnings, so I feel like now is the perfect time to dive back into this book. Saying that though, I am desperate to start this one. It's only a short book, and I feel like I would fly through it. I'm really in the mood for a murder mystery, and because I've only finished one book this month, which is Amari, I really do want to knock another one off of my TBR. I think what I might do actually is read a couple of pages of Beartown tonight, see how far I can get up to with this before tea, and then I know Gavin, again from How to Train Your Gavin, is hosting some live reading sprints tonight, so I think after my tea I will sit down and focus on this one. I'm not sure if I'll update you guys later on tonight or if I'll leave it until tomorrow, we shall see, but I am hoping to make quite a big dent in these books today, and I'm just really excited for a night full of reading. Is it a big bath? Is it a big bath? guys. Once again, if I do look flustered, please excuse that. You've probably seen from the footage that I put in the montage that we have had an absolutely crazy day. It started off with me reading in the morning, then we decided to take Kiwi for a walk, which was really nice. We went to our local town and we did go for a really nice woodland walk, and we went all the way to the pier as well, which we haven't been able to do in a while, so that was definitely lovely. And then we came home and it started snowing. We're in the middle of April. As you saw at the start of this video, the sun was shining. We were outside having a good time. Kiwi had her pool out, and now a couple of days later, it's snowing, I'm absolutely freezing, and I just want to lay in bed. So yeah, it's definitely been a weird one today, but the upside of that is that I have managed to do some reading. First up, I am going to talk about Beartown. I don't think I've told you guys what this is about yet, but it's basically about this very secluded town. It's in the middle of nowhere, and because of that, it seems to become smaller and smaller every year. People do tend to forget about it, and there isn't really any money being brought into the town because of that. The only thing that this town does have, though, is a very good ice hockey team. And from what I've read of this book so far, we do follow the players in this hockey team and see how they try and progress through a certain competition. Saying that though, one day a vicious and brutal act separates this town forever. It divides the town into people who think it should be hushed up and the people who want to fight for justice. And so with the town's future on the line, everyone seems to be on one side or the other, and I'm guessing we're going to see how everything plays out by the end. I'm not going to talk about this book too much with you guys because I am planning on filming a dedicated reading vlog for this, where I will be discussing my thoughts in a little bit more depth with you and just giving you guys some updates as I read the book. So far though, I've had a bit of a weird time with this, and I don't know if it's because I'm feeling a little bit slumpy. This book has a lot of characters that you need to try and keep up with. The chapters are also split between different perspectives, and so sometimes it does take a while for me to realise that the perspective has changed. And the first part of this book is very heavily focused on the ice hockey. You can't go a single paragraph without that being mentioned in it, and so it is kind of jarring. Like, I get that this is a town that likes ice hockey, I get that ice hockey is the only thing it has going for it, but oh my goodness, does it get repetitive. Saying that though, I am now up to page 184. I was discussing this with Joe and Rachel last night, and we did decide to do a little Twitter sprint with each other, which was really fun, and because of that I did manage to get quite a few pages read. I feel like now I'm definitely starting to enjoy this book a lot more. I feel like everything is slowly coming together to build up to this one big event, and then I'm guessing that after this event we deal with the fallout of that, so I'm very intrigued to see what actually happens, and I'm really hoping that the pacing does pick up after this event as well, because like I said, I felt a bit weird diving into this book. It was a bit of a struggle to want to pick it up and actually sit down and read it, but now that I'm actually into the book a bit more, I definitely feel like it's gripping me, and I really do want to carry on reading and find out what is going to happen. And then as you saw, this morning I did sit down and start The Honjin Murders by Seishi Yokomizo. This is a Japanese murder mystery novel set in 1937 in a rural Japanese village. That's all I really want to say about this book. I feel like it's such an easy one to dive into and fall into the story. I honestly thought it was going to be the detective narrating this book, but it does seem to be an unnamed narrator that just comments on certain things, and so this person is telling you the story and is making remarks about certain characters and villages and places and things like that, but he never actually refers to himself or names himself either. We don't see him as a character in the story, he's just there to tell us what happened, which is really interesting. I am 110 pages in now, and I believe that this book is 184 pages. No, it's 189 pages, so I was very close but not quite there. I am planning on finishing this out tonight though, because like I said, it's very short, I'm very much enjoying the story, and I really want to know what's going on, who committed the crime, all that sort of stuff. This is also a locked room mystery, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically when a murder occurs, but it seems like there's no way the perpetrator could have actually committed the crime because all the escape routes, such as the windows or the doors, are all locked from the inside, and so it seems as if no one could have committed the crimes and left. But of course there are ways around that. We do know that Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie is also a locked room mystery, and that was done so well, and I definitely feel like this one is going to blow my socks off. We've only just met the detective on this case and already I'm falling in love with him. He's so laid back and chilled and just has this knack of being able to solve different crimes. He very much reminds me of Sherlock Holmes, which I do really appreciate, but he's definitely not as prim and proper as Sherlock, and he just takes things in his stride. At this current point in time, I genuinely don't have a clue who committed the crime, how they did it, anything like that, and I'm not sure that I'll be able to guess by the end either. I feel like this is one, like I said, that's just going to shock me and blow me away. That is definitely what I'm hoping for anyway, but this is just such an intriguing mystery with a lot of different factors and suspects. and I can't wait to see how it wraps up in the next 70 pages. I'm not sure if I'll actually read more of Beartown during this vlog. I know Rachel's read a bit ahead now and Joe's still a little bit behind, so I think that we're all just going to read at our own pace for a bit and then discuss it once we get to the halfway mark. To be fair, I'm not that far off now, but I feel like if I read ahead I will not want to stop because I feel like we're right on the cusp of this big event happening, and so once it does happen I feel like I won't be able to resist finishing off this book and finding out what happens. So my main focus now is to finish off this book tonight, which I definitely think is doable. I probably won't update you guys again tonight though because I do have a lot of stuff I need to do. First off, I'll be reading this book, then I need to edit this vlog because it is going up tomorrow and I haven't edited a single clip, and then if I can squeeze a bit of uni work in as well, I definitely need to do that. So a very busy night. It is 9 o'clock in the evening, so I am being very ambitious, but I am confident in myself that I can at least finish out this book tonight and get a start on my vlog, and as long as I can manage that I feel like I will have done pretty well. Hello, I'm finally here to close out this vlog. I'm very happy to tell you guys that I did in fact finish the Honjin murders. This was such a good murder mystery. I had a really good time reading it and the ending definitely did not disappoint. I'm really not sure what I want to rate this because on one hand I really did enjoy it, but on the other hand there were some things that were really confusing to me, so I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. Definitely a new favourite. I cannot wait to buy the other book in this series. I don't actually know what that one's about. I'm guessing that we followed the same detective as he works on another case. I could be completely wrong though, so definitely don't take my word on that, but I am gonna look it up soon and I might put it on my wish list for now, or I might just go ahead and buy it. I'm not too sure yet, but like I said, this was just such an interesting mystery and the reveal and everything at the end really did shock me. It wasn't what I thought was going to happen at all, and I'm really glad for that. Honestly, I'm just in awe of these crime writers' ability to create such a compelling murder mystery and such a complex murder mystery to the point where I genuinely don't know who could have committed the crime. It could have been any single person in this book, and the ending was really satisfying as well. It wasn't lacking in any way, it wasn't predictable, and I think the main thing was that it was believable, which is definitely something that makes or breaks a murder mystery for me. I feel like it could be such a good story up until the reveal, and then sometimes the reveal is just so far-fetched and unbelievable that I just lose interest and it spoils the whole book for me. This one though was such an amazing build-up, it was such an amazing reveal, and we did get to see some of the fallout of that as well. So overall this was such a good read. I'm really glad to have put it on my TBR this month and to have gotten round to it, and I cannot wait to dive into the next book once I actually purchase it. So to wrap up my reading for this vlog, I did read and finish Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston, which is 375 pages. I read and finished The Honjin Murders by Seishi Yokomizo, and this is 189 pages. And then I did manage to get up to page 184 of Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I was on page 70 at the start of this vlog, so I have managed to read 114 pages of this, which I don't think is bad at all. I'm pretty sure that I've mentioned it before in this video, but if you do want to hear my thoughts on Beartown, I will have a dedicated reading vlog coming out for this, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. Or even better, you can click the subscribe button and the little bell icon so that you can be notified when that does go live. All in all, I'm extremely happy with my reading this week. It hasn't quite been a week actually. I think I started this vlog on Saturday and it is currently Wednesday, so the fact that I finished 2 books and got quite a way through another one is really good for me. The books I finished were also such good ones and I did give them very high ratings, so all in all I am very happy with my reading this week. If you guys have watched all the way through, please do leave a blue heart for me down in the comments. These 2 books that I've been reading are very blue, as you can see, and so I feel like that would represent it really well. Whilst you're down there, don't forget to click the like button if you liked this video and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. It truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!